Hello and welcome to the big picture. The excitement in the BJP over the results of the elections to the 4 states has now been tempered down by the strange developments following the hung assembly in Delhi. With both the BJP and Aadmi party showing reluctance to stake claim to form the government, and the Congress, after the serious drubbing it received, nowhere in the picture to stake claim, uncertainty prevails about who or how will a new government be formed in Delhi. While many permutations and combinations are being discussed, there doesn't seem to be an easy solution to the problem. Today we will discuss the various possibilities and see if a stable government can be formed at all in Delhi. To discuss this, I have with me Shantaram Naik, Congress MP, Aman Singh, spokesperson of the Delhi State BJP, and Vinod Sharma, political editor of the Hindustan Times. Welcome to all of you. Mr. Aman Sinha, your party seems to be caught in a cleft stick. They don't know. You don't seem to know how to get out of it. And now we are hearing your leader saying that let Congress and Aadmi form the government. Why should we form the government? Your party is the largest party in the assembly. So why are you not staking claim?
We respect the mandate given by people of Delhi with all humility and gratitude. However, at the same time, although we have been elected as the single largest party,
yes,
but we don't have enough numbers to to get to the majority. So therefore, at this point in time, we have not staked claim to form the government. And at an appropriate time, if the Lieutenant Governor invites us, we'll consider this issue at that time. However, I can say categorically that we will not resort to any unfair means or unconstitutional or illegal means to attain this majority mark.
Unconstitutional, unfair means which means that you have not been speaking to any other parties, you have not been speaking to any other newly elected member, either independent or one of the other parties.
We are not speaking to anyone. However, if somebody wants to communicate with us, we are not, stonewalling. We don't consider, this political untouchability. So therefore, we are not speaking to anyone. But if anyone approaches us, we'll consider it at that stage.
It's interesting that you said that, we don't consider the anybody politically untouchable. We'll discuss that further.
We don't believe in this concept of political untouchability, which many of the parties have been practicing in name of BJP. That was all that I was saying.
Let's see. Mr. Naik?
Yeah.
Mr. Naik, Congress obviously has cannot stake a claim. But, why is the Congress keeping quiet? If you and the Aadmi party gets together, you can form a government very comfortably. Has there been any attempt? You think that is one of the options which Congress can consider in the coming days?
See, when BJP with a single largest party is not taking claim, then why the Congress party with so less number should talk at all about forming a government with by lending support to somebody or taking support from somebody? We are nowhere in the picture today. So we would like to watch the situation simply.
No, but are you ruling out any possibility of some kind of a arrangement with the Aadmi party? Some kind of a arrangement where you can support them from outside. Isn't that a possibility?
How can I say? Is there such a proposal from anybody?
So you think if the proposal comes, the Congress party will consider that proposal?
I am not saying anything. I am just asking whether any proposal is there.
I don't know. Anyway, I'll come back to you. Vinod, you think that could be one of the proposals? And you think some proposal like that is in the air?
Well, had this election happened some distance away from the 2014 elections, all this talk of high morals and playing fair wouldn't have happened. The political parties which are in a position to form the government don't want to form the government because they think that if they muster numbers through unfair means, it will cost them heavy in the 2014 elections, especially when the party from where they can poach the numbers, essentially, happens to be the Congress or the Aadmi party.
Right.
So that is the biggest predicament of the BJP. But my question is that politics and electoral politics is about government formation. And at this time, the two major formations, I don't count the Congress because it has been virtually condemned to oblivion in Delhi, that the two major formations are saying that we will not form the government. We won't even make an effort to form the government.
Right.
Now, may I ask that this country has seen minority regimes in the past. This country has seen a minority regime at the center, Mr. Narasimha Rao's minority regime. This country has seen a regime supported by the left and the BJP from outside, that of the VP Singh.
Yes.
That is of VP Singh. If that could happen, I think that why are these political parties, especially the BJP, why is the BJP feeling so diffident? I think the foremost responsibility today of the BJP is to give this city a government, rather than standing on principles it won't adhere to. It hasn't adhered to in the past like any other party, and it won't adhere to in the future like any other party.
No, what it did in,
all right.
what,
You know, if I
what
may
it did in
respond to what
Karnataka
Mr.
is
Sharma
a
is
point.
If I may respond
In
to what
Karnataka
he's
there was
saying.
Operation Kamal.
Yes.
All of us know about it,
If may I respond now,
Yes,
Mr.
yes,
Sharma,
please.
First of all, I don't know from where Mr. Sharma has got this, that we are not making any efforts to form a government. We'll make our efforts, but at this point in time, we don't have the numbers, and therefore
No,
we
I
are
want to-
honestly and
Mr.
candidly saying that since at this point in time we don't have the numbers,
all of us know that you don't have the
therefore
numbers.
we are not staking claim.
No, one second.
So what's wrong with
Mr.
that?
Mr. Jaitley's statement, he said that Aam Aadmi Party is leading the people up the garden path, but it doesn't want to take up responsibility. How can he say that when your party is the single largest party, and how are you shifting the blame? I mean, this has become a very ridiculous game today, where both the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party are telling each other, you go and stake the claim, you go and stake the claim, we will not stake claim.
No.
Why is this becoming such a ridiculous game?
We have only told that, at this point in time, although we are the single largest party, we are not in a position to, have majority numbers, and therefore we are not staking claim. What Aam Aadmi Party does is their business. We are not concerned with what they are doing or what they are not doing. They are free to take their own decisions.
Mr. Shantaram Naik, don't you think that after an election is held, it is the responsibility of all political parties to ensure that a government is formed, because you can't. What is the other option? The other option is president's rule and another elections. Is that what Congress would like in the present circumstances?
Not all political parties, but a single largest party. It is natural that single largest party should take the responsibility and try to form the government. Maybe they are in touch. That's why they are saying they don't have number. They have not counted only their number. They have counted also some numbers of Aam Aadmi. That's why they are saying maybe they are not accessible to them.
Shantaram Naik may be knowing better about this, but I have said what I have said, and I have said that at this point in time, we don't have the numbers to prove our majority, and therefore we have not staked claim. When the Lieutenant Governor invites us, we'll consider that issue, and then our party leaders will, discuss that issue with the Honorable Governor.
Now, if Lieutenant Governor invites you, with whom you are going to talk, let us know.
Okay.
You have to talk
No,
to
we'll
somebody.
speak to the Lieutenant Governor, please. These things cannot be discussed across the party lines on TV channels
Aman,
and with you.
Aman, 1 second. Mr. Naik,
Yeah.
there are two options now. If both these parties, steadfastly say that we will not talk to any other party, or others, let us assume that the Congress, the BJP wants to talk, but it's not able to gather the numbers. Then the only two options which are left is to have the president's rule and go in for fresh elections after some time, or to allow a minority government. Do you think that in these circumstances, minority government is a good idea?
No, Aam Aadmi has said that we will go for polls. We will not take anybody's help, nor lend any support. We will prefer to go to the polls. They have already stated so.
No, forget what the Aam Aadmi Party is saying, sir. I am
No,
asking you
it's-
as a Congress
second-
party
that
representative
is second-
after your own party had a minority government at the center for more than 1.5 years. So, is it a good idea to go in for a minority government instead of imposing another elections on the people?
Question is, we are too small a party today in the Delhi Assembly. We are a non-entity virtually, unfortunately. Despite all the progress that Delhi
No, that's not the
government
point.
did.
Yes, that's not the point.
But that
My-
is the
my
status.
question- no, my question-
Please, that is the status we are recognizing and we are respecting
No, my
the
question is-
verdict of electorate.
No, my question is a minority government can come into being only when the other parties in the opposition, give a green signal to that and give some kind of an assurance that at least for some time it will not destabilize the government. So
What is
can the Congress take a
what
stand
is the
saying that we
definition
will
of-
not destabilize the minority government?
What is the definition of minority government? The minority government cannot exist in air. Somebody
Can't.
supports,
Yes.
assures that will support you, then only government is formed.
Okay.
So how can you call it a minority
Narasimha Rao
government?
existed
No,
for so
Mr.
many
Aman,
years.
Aman Sinha, is the BJP ready to form a minority government if it gets some kind of an assurance from the other two major parties? At least, for all practical purposes, Congress can bring down a government if it wants to, even with 8 seats. So if there is some kind of an assurance, you think that the BJP will be prepared to form a minority government?
You posed a very pertinent question to Mr. Naik, but he did not respond to it. That if they'll be willing to support a minority government or at least not
I
oppose it for the
responded
time
in
being.
the manner
So
I
therefore,
can.
since that proposal is not there, how can we possibly even consider it? Because that proposal is not there.
Vinod, you think that is where the solution lies at this point of
it's a
time?
no-win situation. First of all, Congress cannot support the BJP. It has never supported the BJP.
Yes.
It will not support the BJP. And even if assuming that it supports the BJP, and
It's not supporting the BJP. You have assuming
that it shows BJP that we'll let your government remain, and the only way they can get their government remain is to abstain during
Yes.
a confidence vote.
Right.
Or then they'll be able to win the confidence vote. But then that will immediately expose both these parties to the charge that they were always in cahoots, as has been the position of the Aam Aadmi Party.
Which Kejriwal
You
has
see,
been.
the problem here is of the position that the Aam Aadmi Party has taken, that either we get all or we take none. And I think that in democratic politics, in a fragmented polity, especially when the mandate is fractured, this is not the right position to take. For the simple reason that a party having minority numbers in the House cannot have a veto over whether or not a government will be formed, because elections are held to give a government to the people of any part of India, especially Delhi, where I think it was a keenly contested election.
No, Vinod, my question is this. Now, on whom does the onus fall? Isn't it the Lieutenant Governor who now will have to take a decision?
No, I'll tell you the process.
He has had almost 24 hours now.
No, as Aman says, that the invitation has to come from the Lieutenant Governor to the single largest party as per the convention.
Yes.
Single largest pre-poll formation. They are a formation because Akali Dal is there.
Yes.
So it will have to come to them. And if they are not able to form a government or not keen to form a government, as had happened in the case of Rajiv Gandhi in 1989, when he was the single largest party and he did not form the government, he said, I am not in a position to form the government, and VP Singh government came into being. Then the invitation goes to the second party.
largest.
Now the problem here is that the second party here is wearing a chastity belt. It says that I have had nothing to do with any other party. Both of them are untouchable, both of them are corrupt, both of them don't measure up to the standards we have set for ourselves. Now, this kind of a self-righteous approach can at best lead to chaos or a political vacuum or the lack of a representative government in Delhi. So I think that there needs to be a debate in this country, because tomorrow a similar situation may happen in Parliament. While Delhi has the option of having governors rule, if there is a similar situation in Parliament, we will have another round of Lok Sabha elections. It's ridiculous. I just don't understand this. I hope you had somebody from the Aam Aadmi Party, because one respects them for the principles.
We are expecting somebody
but
to
one respects
join
them for
us.
the
They
principles,
have
but those
joined so
principles are for the people. And I think that a maximalist approach in a fragmented polity is a self-defeating approach. It
No,
is a
Vinod, my another question is, why can't, in such a situation, instead of imposing another elections on the people, why can't Congress and Congress support Aam Aadmi Party from outside?
No, they say we don't need anybody's support. I mean, it's like, it's like you going and telling someone that I love you and want to marry you, and you get a no for an answer. You can't be stalking her after that. No? So the question is that here, two political parties, are finding themselves painted in a corner. One is the BJP and the other is the Congress. Congress has no moral right to even attempt giving a government, because I think that they have lost the mandate squarely.
Absolutely.
And soundly.
Absolutely.
And if they play a part in the power game, I think they'd be acting against the sentiment of the people, which is currently against them in Delhi. And I think they should regard that sentiment and remain where they are. But the two biggest formations must come to, why not a rotational government of the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party? Why not? And let the BJP be generous and give them the first chance.
I mean, you have come out with a new formula which has not been attempted.
No, it has been attempted. It has
so
been
far.
attempted in the
Same
past.
time, Vinodji is saying
When
that
you're talking of the Kashmir kind of
No,
situation.
not Kashmir kind of a, no. In Kashmir,
The
the
two
chief
parties-
ministers changed.
the two
But
parties-
in UP, you had Mayawati and the BJP having a rotational formula.
There
Is
was
it
a
not
formula
work?
which did not work.
Vinodji has himself stated that
Even in
this Aam
Karnataka,
Aadmi
it did not work.
This Aam Aadmi Party has said that they will not take anybody's support, they will not give anybody support. This is what he has himself said. So where is, there is no feasibility of anything
वो कहते हैं कि
possible
ना
there.
खेलेंगे ना खेलने देंगे.
They want power but without responsibility.
You see, I'm not being pejorative towards them.
No,
Somebody has come from their side.
If
Maybe
I'll-
he'll be able to
wait,
put the position more
one second.
correctly.
Let me get Mr. Naik in on this. Mr. Naik,
Yeah.
at this rate, we will have to impose some kind of either a fresh elections in the state. You think that is the only solution as of now, considering the rigidity with which both the parties seem to be approaching this problem now?
See, we being the numbers, what we are, what is the scope for us to venture into any solutions? The solutions have to be found out by the first or second largest party. It is their responsibility. We are in a corner. And Aam Aadmi Party, prior to declaration of results, they were trying to say that somebody is poaching into their MLAs.
Yes.
Who was
Okay,
poaching?
we will-
Who were poaching?
I'll come back to you, Mr. Naik. We are joined
When
now by.
was the election somebody was
We are
poaching?
joined now by Ajit Jha of the Aam Aadmi Party. Welcome, Mr. Jha. I wish you had come a little earlier. But anyway, the focus is entirely on you people. Now the question is whether a new government can be formed in Delhi at all or not. Your party leaders seem to be very rigid about it. They are saying that we will not form the government or take any help from anybody. So what is it that you people want? You want a fresh elections in the state?
That is the situation leading to. This is not question of whether we want it or not, but the kind of mandate which the people of Delhi has given, that is leading to that kind of situation.
So you blame the people of Delhi for giving this kind of a mandate?
No, this is
because your party, your leader, Mr. Kejriwal, has also been quoted as saying that people of Delhi have given a fractured verdict, so let them vote again and give a clear verdict. So he's saying that virtually he's blaming the people of Delhi, saying that why you suffer for what you have done.
No, this is
आम आदमी नखरे दिखा रही है, इतना ही है.
Okay,
आम
Mr.
आदमी
Naik.
नखरे दिखा रहे हैं.
Let us get Mr. Jha. Let us get Mr.
So,
Jha.
see, this is a political process. And when a new party emerges on the scene, such things are bound to happen. And things will settle on through democratic process.
What is the democratic process available at this point of time? You people say it's very curious that both you and the single largest party, the BJP, both saying that we will not form the government. We will not stake claim to form the government. We will not take support from anybody else. And so you're heading. It is heading towards that only.
This is not curious because none of the party got majority. and none of the parties see any dignified, reasonable way of forming government. So if both the parties are saying this, so this is normal. It is not question of that if they desire they can form government, or if we desire we can form government. Situation is not like this.
What is the problem for the Aam Aadmi Party to take the support or outside support of the Congress Party to form a government in this? The Arun Jaitley of the BJP accuses you people of leading the people up the garden path, but you are not willing to take responsibility.
No, we are. If we can form government, we will definitely form government. We fought election to form the government. If we would have got the majority, we would have formed the government. But now we don't have majority. How can we form the government without having majority?
Well, I think that traditionally, you see, it's the conventional wisdom tells us that whenever there is a hung house, the mandate is interpreted to mean that you better work together. Whoever has a legislative presence in the house is expected to work together. And we have seen in the past the left parties and the BJP from the two sides working together with the VP Singh government without being participants in power. I think that you see, the virus will catch you, or you will catch infection only when you share power with another party with which you have nothing in common. But I think that a responsible political party has to show a degree of flexibility in a fractured polity. I was talking before you arrived here, Mr. Jha, that if tomorrow a similar situation arose in the parliament where there is no option of governor's rule and the decision is in your hands, will you push the country into another round of elections?
Is that what the Aam Aadmi Party wants? That a fresh elections to be held? You are now hinting to the voters that you took us close but not close enough. So now give us a clear verdict. Is that what you are indicating?
No, see, why this onus is on us? If parties should cooperate and coordinate, then why BJP and Congress cannot cooperate and coordinate?
No, will the Aam Aadmi Party be willing to, if in case the BJP, which the Lieutenant Governor may ask them to, call them to form a government, he may invite them. In that case, will the Aam Aadmi Party allow a minority government of the BJP to be run?
I don't think.
Or will you bring it down when it takes a confidence vote?
It is. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
You don't think you will allow a minority government?
So you bring it down.
So which means
he's saying that he is only interested in bringing down the governments, having fresh elections, and
They are basically spoilers.
Unless they get power on their
Shantaram,
own,
Naik,
it is
it's
my
not
way
a
or
question of being
highway.
spoiler.
Either I get power on my own, and
Shantaram Naik, why don't you support BJP?
However, if I don't get anything, then let us
Mr.
go to polls and
one
let
second,
us keep having
one
polls
second,
again and again.
Mr. Jha, yours and your party's leaders, telling the Congress or the BJP, why don't two of you come?
Yeah.
It is a very impractical thing which you are suggesting. What are you trying to achieve by making this kind of suggestions?
How is it practical that BJP and Aam Aadmi Party should form government together? How is that practical?
We are not saying that you both should form the government together.
Okay.
The easiest thing for you is to take the outside support of the Congress Party and form a government yourself, and then run the government. Take an assurance from the Congress Party that they will not dislodge you or they will not trouble you for the next 2 years, 3 years. Take a bond from them, and then why do you want the people of Delhi to suffer another elections in such a short time?
Aam Aadmi and BJP are birds of same feather.
Okay, Mr.
Aam
Naik,
Aadmi
Mr. Naik,
Shantaram Naik,
Mr. Naik.
the only feasible alliance in opposition is between you and Aam Admi Party.
Mr. Naik, let us get
No,
Mr.
but
Jha
you're offering him a difficult option. No, my option, the option I would recommend to Mr. Jha is that when the Lieutenant Governor invites the BJP and the BJP forms a government and tries to keep the deadline the governor gives to prove its majority in the floor of the House, you can opt not to bring down the government.
You can abstain from.
Is BJP willing to form a minority government?
Well, if they take a call.
If they take a call.
Is BJP ready?
If they take a call. Because that seems to be the only solution to the
Plausible
problem
solution.
as of now.
Let them take a call first.
So
How
are
can
you
we take a call in absence of any proposal?
No.
We can't take a call in vacuum.
No, that's
Let
that's
there be
fine.
a proposal.
We will. We are
somebody
you
is
said
saying
very
that-
soon,
whether
very
very
soon.
soon-
This is no, Mr.
No,
Aman,
very
Mr.
soon.
Ja-
Whether
Whether,
no,
BJ,
Mr.
whether
Let me say,
BJP had
Mr.
any
Sinha,
proposal
Mr.
to
Sinha,
Aam Aadmi
Sinha,
Party?
when Mr. Vajpayee formed that 13th-day government in 1996, he wasn't sure of the numbers, and he didn't get the numbers until the end. There
In
was
fact,
a huge
no,
debate,
Vinod-
and he didn't take
No,
a
Vinod-
division of the House and went and submitted.
No, that is a valid point.
No,
but-
Vinod, one second. Vinod, in fact, Mr. Dr. Harshvardhan yesterday has been quoted as saying that I don't want to be another Vajpayee of 1996.
Why?
So he
Vajpayee gained
No,
sympathy from that.
I am the
Vajpayee became
spokesperson for the party.
the
I
leader
can
that he
say
was,
with
really in
all,
public
with all
expectation.
authority at my command that he has not said anything of that sort.
He
all that
made
he has
a
said
statement
is
which I heard on
no,
the
no.
television.
All that he has said is that he is never going to resort to any kind of unfair or improper means just in order to ensure that he gets a majority. That is all that he said.
So,
Nothing
so
more.
the option is open as far as you're concerned. If the lieutenant governor, which lieutenant governor is bound to invite the single largest party to form the
And I think
government.
logically
So
the
you
BJP
think that
should.
you think that
No,
you
no,
will, you
we-
will explore the option of a minority government.
I am not at all saying that we will not make efforts to form the government.
Right.
It is our constitutional obligation. We'll
Right.
make our endeavors. But however, if at this point in time it is not numerically possible, how can we stake claim? Once the
You can't
governor
stay-
asks,
if the governor, lieutenant governor invites you to form the government, will you make the effort to form the government?
we will make our efforts. But if it is not possible, then obviously we will decline.
If the numbers don't match, you will decline.
Oh yes, absolutely.
From whom they will try to seek number? I would like
That
to
we
know.
will have to wait and watch, Mr. Naik.
no, no.
Mr.
Maybe-
Shantaram Naik,
Yeah.
Mr. Shantaram, I would have loved if you had been the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi. I could have disclosed that to you,
Mr.
but not at this point in time.
Mr. Naik,
Mr.
You are
Naik,
member of
just
the
a
Congress
friendly
party.
query. You seem to be pretty happy in the situation that you are.
Oh, he
Aren't
seems to be
you?
extremely beaming, absolutely.
I mean, I don't
this
think there is any reason for the Congress party to be gloating over the predicament of these two other bigger parties.
No, it's not just the
I
predicament
mean,
of
your
the two
party
parties.
has been, decimated. I'm sorry. You had 25% vote and you have 8 seats. And that too, 4 Muslims,
Okay.
2 Sikhs and 1 OBC and 1 SC.
Okay.
But
Okay.
where are you today?
We know that's not the point. The point is that it is not just the problem of these two parties. The problem is of the people of Delhi also, who are looking forward to a government, but they are not sure when or how or what kind of a government they will get. Mr. Jha, last words to you. So you think that the Aam Aadmi Party will think in a rational manner and ensure that you will not be responsible, at least, to impose another elections on the people of Delhi in this short period.
Another election may be part of a democratic process. The kind of situation which we are in, I think we should not emphasize too much on another election.
Okay.
Besides, you yourself are emphasizing. Mr. Jha says that the democratic process means that we should be having elections every 3 months, 4 months, and now and then just
Okay,
to.
we have
Back to back, we'll keep on having elections
Okay.
until one of you gets a majority.
Okay.
But I think the Congress party can maybe, if their leadership permits, unilaterally go public and say that whichever party forms the government, we will
not-
abstain.
Yes. And
so
allow
that
a-
to ensure
allow a minority government
that the government functions.
Okay.
And we'll keep on doing that until the government does not do things which, as per our assessment, are anti-people.
Okay, on that note, I think we have to end. We completely run out of time. The confusion persists. We are still not sure. The two representatives of the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP here cannot take a call, obviously, on a television program. But their indications is not very optimistic that we will see a government in Delhi very soon. But we'll keep waiting and watching, because in politics anything can happen overnight. Thanks to all my guests, Mr. Vinod Sharma, Shantaram Naik, Ajay Jha, and Aman Sinha. Please keep watching. We'll come back with another issue on the big picture, same time tomorrow.